Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Reus 2, where today we are taking the Poet Spirit out for a spin to seed the destiny of our new planet, and that destiny, as we all know, is thermonuclear war, which I guess means the poetry was either very warlike or just very bad. I can see either of those scenarios leading to the bomb. Um, so which we don't really have a lot of restrictions on biomes and stuff here, right? All we're looking for is somebody has 20 military strength by the final era. And I don't know that we're in a huge hurry. Like, do we have any earlier eras that we want to hit? We start out all our medieval stuff. We did not finish our Hunter Age. This requires an Ice Age tundra or a taiga and at least 3 animals. You know, we could do another taiga. Okay, so in order to play a taiga early on, we have to take the Frost Giant. We've seen a lot of Frost Giant. You know, maybe we could leave this Hunter thing for last. Because we haven't played with the desert biome at all, I believe, since we started playing the expansion. Because I've been, very Frost Giant-y. So yeah, let's do like desert. I feel like the forest has been a little underplayed. A little bit like this, maybe. And then these giant trial settings are really kicking my butt, so let's keep at it, As long as they're producing something less than a total victory, I need to keep working at them. So all inspired projects get 50%. I was going to say 50% all yields, but I guess this is 50% all yields except for threat, right? And with that, let's go. So yeah, we're kind of going with the flow, just trying to make sure we have 20 military presence somewhere by the end of the thing, which is very whatever. Okay, all of our Horizon drafts are for the forest. So 3 of our 4 forest drafts have already occurred, and they've made the forest a pretty science-focused biome, unusually. It happens, but it's a little unusual. Okay, so we have a science forest, and then the other stuff. You are a general prosperity kind of guy, so you don't really care which resources are which. What is a third? Is that a third? That could be a third. I'm bad at eyeballing it. I'll put down a savanna like here. And then a nice big desert over here. Desert's very, very gold focused. Nope, do it. Do it. They're so finicky about waiting for everybody else's terraforms to finish. Okay. So the question of where does the poet go here actually is really a question of where do our other spirits go? Because as a general prosperity spirit, he would really be best as like a third pick fill in the blank. We don't get that this time. So I guess I'm going to put him down over here. Desert / savanna. Let's see how that plays. All right. So we have to produce the Sand Oasis. Wonderful. We got to produce 5 total prosperities. Let's just make some stuff work. Okay, we know we like to have African wild dogs adjacent to each other and also prey or critter. Now he is a pacifist, right? So power scales with 5% of prosperity, but that still only means he has to be at 100 prosperity to have the 20 power that we need, and power also scales with threat. I feel like 20 power at the end of the medieval age is going to be like trivially easy. Let's just go ahead and do this dog thing. So a pair of African wild dogs next to some sort of prey creature, prey or critter. And what do we have? We have the dove, who loves completed level 2 city requests, and the jerboa, who would like it if there was a mineral nearby. Wow, that's a science animal. What an unusual man. All right, let's I guess let's make it the jerboa because it's going to be better yield in the immediate future. And that'll produce enough extra stuff that we'll get our project completed here. Oh, right, I should have thought about the fact that he likes to have his stuff balanced, though. All right, we'll worry about it later. The miner loves minerals. And this guy loves food. I don't know that either of them is a super great fit for the position we have for them. Like, I guess I'll take this sage, even though he probably also is a pacifist. And we'll go like, yeah, sage over here in like the weird science forest. Leaning into the desert a little bit. The sage was kind of a weird pull. That whole thing was kind of a weird pull, honestly. Because the miner obviously is not really into science from plants. He's specifically about science from minerals. I do need you to probably expand the other way there, friend. So let's start working on that. I guess like squirrel or rabbit. What do we want over here? We want adjacent to a mineral. And of course we got some guinea fowl. Yeah, I guess you want to be adjacent to a plant. All right, let's put some okra down over here. Let's get everybody actually over here. And then you can also put down like a forest mine to activate the okra. And also a rabbit. Just got to get these guys leaning in the correct direction. All right, can I get them to expand that way one more time? Probably not. We probably need to play on the other side a little bit. I just need to generate 15 food at this point, so it could be rabbit again. Or it could be blueberry next to a mineral. We probably don't... This is not really a metallurgy kind of position. I hate to just play tin again. Well, okay, so let's play this then. Alright, getting our third nomad charge will let us start a new village, which will increase our Eon limit. Pirate Queen versus the Huntress. That's interesting. I kind of wish I had Huntress second. Because Huntress is definitely a little bit more interesting in like the savannah/forest slot. It's weird to have... Man, maybe I should have played the miner anyway. It's weird to have this like very science-focused forest and not have anybody who actually wants science. But I guess that's the world we're living in. It was a pretty weird draft. Alright. Get over there. Let's get this worked out. So she wants population and animals. Hey, what a surprise. You and everybody else. And again, expanding into the one biome instead of the other. It's a little annoying. I want them to, I want them to have the diversity. All right, let's put down a jerboa. And then a mineral. A quartz, I suppose. And this settlement doesn't, this thing doesn't have to get done during the first era. I think it is totally fine that is still running. The poet hates the trait backwards, which is a little judgmental. And I think, yeah, let's move on. So we can do an Iron Age or a Monument Age. I have to say, I do like the extra eon limit during the next era from the Monument Age, so that's where we're going. The poet feels it. Civilization starts with him. This makes sense. He feels a little full of himself. So this seems like right on cue. Okay, we have to get the poet up to 13 money and also 2 element biotica. That seems probably pretty doable. Okay, so all right, so this says choose an inspiration. So what inspired project means is any project that you chose. Okay. Well, Scribe's the only one that gives money, so I think we probably have to take that. It's a little awkward because I didn't really diversify my initial set of resources very well. Let's finish off the Huntress's level 1 just so that she doesn't start getting mad. And over here, I guess we will put down another jerboa. It's kind of annoying. We really do need more animals. Well, actually, you know what? Don't do that. Let me draft. This is raw desert, right? Yeah. Savannah's over there. Okay, so let me draft for some kind of creatures. Ostrich, not a bad pull, I think. Some sand grouse. Yeah, okay. Critters that produce food. So the deal with the ostrich is it gets bonuses from adjacent empty slots, but this is a thing of the desert. There are several biotica that have this barren trait that makes them count as an empty slot. So what we really want to do is put our ostrich down over here. It's a shame we can't, I want to make sure we're getting maximum running space. So let's go for a barren sand grouse here for the moment, just to finish up Huntress Settlement, and then the ostrich will go there. And what's going on? People are building stuff. A temple in honor of the Savannah Giant. Cool. Okay, you wanna load up on animals then, which is kind of working out in our favor actually, because I did a bad job and accidentally loaded you up on animals. All right, let's produce a plant and a mineral over here. And it kind of doesn't matter what they are. Well, it matters a little bit in the sense that they should probably be producing money. We could just make a quartz. That would be fine. Over here, we want a plant. But obviously, we can't produce money with a plant. I guess, yeah. Give me okra and an amethyst that we will build off of? Probably. Well, except I want to be making sets for my scribe. The poet has sent out raiders to steal technology from the Huntress. Has the Huntress declared for a god? She hasn't. So I guess I kind of just want to let this occur. Alright, that gets us 1 element biotica. And we got to get up to 2 distinct sets of things. And we have to get another element bioticum. So we may end up just playing another redstone. Or we can play a mudcrack, which is an empty slot itself and gives bonus science if adjacent to an empty slot. We really got to push your money, though. I guess doing these things is pushing the money. You know what? Let's draft. Let's take a Savannah draft. So it'd be good for me to get a little bit of money making. Spotted hyena, white-backed vulture. You know, that's not a bad play, actually. The mud bath is kind of an interesting element, but we can worry about the element stuff in the other biome. Let's take this. Just trying to figure out what it was that I was actually going to have access to there. So we could place some sagebrush to be the empty slot for our mudcrack, just to ensure that there always is one. But if we do that, we're making a lot of plays where we're not gaining any money. The alternative is, like, on this side, play an amethyst, or on the other side, just throw down a quartz. I mean, a quartz is certainly not bad. Here comes the combat. Quartz feels a little weird because it's like the only early game bioticum that doesn't. It's one of very few biotica that don't like care about their neighbors or anything. But I think it's the right play here. And then I have to put down one more plant. Yeah. In order to hit my scribing bonus, I have to hit one more plant, so I mean, do I want it to be a sagebrush? I don't really. I don't think any of these plants are any good, is I guess the biggest problem. But we could place another okra. Or we could put down the elephant grass and gain some science for all the prey animals that we do want to put down. Yeah, you know what? This will be fine. Okay, wait. Poet Town is going to complete itself very quickly off of the finished scribe here. And remember, we don't have a huge amount of time necessarily, so we do want to make sure that we are completing everybody's buildings. But if we don't get the poet to 13 money, we're not going to get our Eon bonus, so it does matter. So what we'd probably do here is you get a tag for each adjacent mineral, but only up to twice. So I think putting a spotted hyena down right here in a position where we could put another mineral out to the side, that gets us all of the money necessary to finish the age. And then the third star is the poet has 35 prosperity, which is done already. The third star is also not important. There's no rewards attached to it, but you know, I do like to get it. The poet gained 5 tech. Wow, pretty good. Did I actually tell you to put the... I wanted you to put this down. That's why I brought you over here. Okay. Let's get some other stuff done. What is your deal? You want population and animals. Obviously, we're not going to get fish, so it's just trapper versus hunter, and hunter seems like the obvious way to go. Okay, monument age complete. Poet town complete. It's all pretty good, actually. And then over here at Woodgate, you... Okay. We could go Fruit Picker, but the Undergrowth Biotica thing is working and it's almost finished. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take that. Like, in theory, it's important to take the highest payout projects because of the 50% bonus. But, you know, I gotta get this. I gotta get some stuff done here. So we need to put down one more Undergrowth Bioticum. A second blueberry, or we could come over here and make, like, elephant grass. Presuming that none of the other stuff has undergrowth on it. Oh, mossy stone totally does. Yeah, that's why we have so much already. Thanks, mossy stone, for being a rock that has a plant on it. So where are you on expansion right now? Disinterested? Okay. I don't believe any animals have undergrowth. Yeah, I mean, it could just be a blueberry. This is boring, but it gets the food. And nobody else's prosperity value is going to get even close to the poet, so the poet will maintain full value from construction site. The only real question is, do we want to start another city already and push the value of construction site even higher? In the end, 30 gold is probably not going to matter all that much, and it would be a lot more complicated to manage, so I'm not going to. But it is a thing you could do. You could go for. Okay, and then this is just play another animal, I think. Kind of any other animal. And we already have a plan on that front. Let's play an ostrich. The ostrich is pretty good once you've built barren stuff around it, but it's also pretty good before you've built anything around it. There's your ostrich cheat code. It doesn't actually limit that effect, so if we were to play Create Mountain, yeah, we could just create 2 more adjacencies and make this thing even better. That's certainly interesting. The top row has a 3 eon discount when placing new biotica. Wow. Wow, that's very good. Okay, and then we have 10 more eon, which I guess we spend working on Sagetown. But your building is all capped out. So what are we adding? We can't add to the forest half of your things. Let's add to the savanna half of your thing. The monkey orange and the jackalberry both have the pitaya to back them up. It's got to be the monkey orange, right? Given how much greater our need for food is. Even if it does only give us one thing that we can use right now, it's still one thing we can use right now. So, plus 10 if adjacent to a plant bioticum, and also, hey, look at that, an animal booster. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. And then, do we want to... What do we want to do after that? This wants to be near elements and predators. It's a little awkward. The wildebeest will eventually want to be next to at least one savanna herd bioticum, which is what that's exactly the thing we built here. We could put down another Impala there. The thing is, it's not really that great. Like, it's still just 20 food in a slot, and you can get that from almost any plant. Almost any tier 1 anything. You want to be near trees. At some point, this is going to become pretty good. We already actually have one completed. But yeah, it's definitely not good yet. Each bioticum that has a base science yield, unfortunately, only up to 2 times. But I guess, you know, we could put down a 10, just like generate some biodiversity over here. And I know I'm not helping with the Sage Town right now, but I want to see some more stuff. I want to take some drafts. Now, one thing I did not plan was what era we would be going into second here. So I guess let's see if it's a good one. Yep, good stuff. 5 extra Eon, always exciting. Is the poet in a good place to be the science competitor in a noble rivalry? The sage really is better suited for that. Have to be able to get people to 18. I mean, like, you know, he probably is. He probably is. We could do this. Get another Eon limit bonus. Yeah, let's go castles and knights. Everybody gets to build their own their own weird little castle. We'll try to make it work. We're seeing a lot of green already, actually. So everybody gets their own castle. The sage is getting bonus food for herbivores being within borders. I guess this is the difference between inspired and the reason that they say inspired projects instead of just projects, because like stuff granted to you by your turning points doesn't get the 50% bonus payout. That matters. The poet has received a bonus for each construction bioticum within borders, science focused. And the huntress is going to get a bonus for each gem bioticum within borders, on top of obviously all their normal stuff. Bit of an odd fit, but I think it'll be okay. So I wonder if we can make Alchemist Hut work. We got to push to 18 science. Oh, actually, it turns out we're there already. So we don't actually have to take this. If we wanted to lean theater or something, it will probably be totally fine. Because it'll be very easy for us to just push up. 2 to 3 fur biotica within borders is an even larger bonus, though. And I do think it's doable. Right? Don't we have... Over on this side of the border, we have cat, sand cat. And I guess that's it. So I would just have to play 3 sand cats. If we draft here, let's say we draft Savannah, maybe? I feel like I have more open Savannah space to play with. That's really not true. Opening Savannah, drafting a Savannah helps the Sage Town, which then could get me another draft for the other one. So let's start with Savannah. Okay, that's a lot of big critters. So obviously, like, Cape Buffalo is kind of interesting. It's the only Apex Bioticum here that's a 2-star, which is part of that. You want to be generating herbivores. And we'd be looking for fur biotica as well. I couldn't remember what the thing was. Which we get. And red oat, which is just like pretty strong. Yeah, actually, you know what? I like this. All animals in this biome gain bonus food too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we want to be playing herbivores now. And yeah, I think we're loading up, and we'll make a wildebeest. Yeah, that's the Impala there. So we'll make a wildebeest and a Cape Buffalo on these tiles. Seems pretty good. So what do we put on those tiles now? What is the highest yield thing we can get? So your prey. Yeah, if we put down some African dogs, if we put down a pair of African wild dogs, we get a pretty good yield from those. And then we just you know, pretty decent yield and bank it. The other thing we could do is like elephant grass, but that's not super exciting. No, I think it's the dogs, actually. Obviously, this is not our greatest concern. Or it's not our only concern, but it is gonna do some good work as far as increasing our overall prosperity while also earning us more draft charges. Alright, so that upgrade does not get us a yield bonus. You want to be adjacent to 2 to 3 undergrowth biotica. That's actually really awkward. It's really easy to get you adjacent to 2. And kind of impossible to get you adjacent to 3. That needs to be adjacent to a plant, so I couldn't rearrange these. I mean, this is a problem we could solve with a mountain. So I think that's going to be the play for right now, I guess, is just put him in the top area and see if we can mountain connect him later. All right. That is definitely going to finish our castle and definitely going to finish our our challenge here. Give us a draft, a draft for the desert as well, where it would be cool to get a fur tag, and indeed the most adorably drawn fennec fox ever seen is right there, and he's got all that gold attached to him. Yeah, welcome aboard, Fennec. So you, wait, I all turned around. It's this guy. You are indeed taking the fur clothier. And you know, his temple wants him running lots of animals anyway. Le Chateau would prefer construction biotica, which is, I got a little confused because I thought we were doing this in the castle that likes gold, but the castle that likes gold wants gems anyway. Well, it's certainly not going to be fishing fleet. You need 8 population and 4 wealth. It feels like butcher is probably the move. I guess tavern helps work toward both problems. And again, bonus yield, like greater total yields. It's pretty important when we're getting these percentage bonuses on them. So I think I am gonna take tavern. And you know, honestly, her castle maybe just doesn't end up generating that much value for her. These things happen sometimes. So I do want to put down the fur animals since we generated them before I forget. You would like to be adjacent to a scavenger if possible. That's a fur predator, sadly. You'd like to be adjacent to a predator. Okay, yeah, so we probably put down like this out here eventually. Over here, we want to place predators in this biome get plus 100%. You want to be adjacent to 2 different critters. This cat is not a critter. Okay, so we're going to want to upgrade this patch probably then, so we can put them down. So what is the best stuff we could put on this patch? There is a critter bioticum in the biomes, so sand cats are 25 resource points. Is that the best we can do? 25? This guy's up to 12 and 12. But the poet's on his... Yeah, we're on the science. We don't really need help with that. You're not even good yet. Yeah, there sure is a raw 20, but I think, yeah, the best thing to do ends up being the cat. All right, create for me a couple of sand cats. To be replaced by a sand cat and something else. All right, I think we're allowing that war to happen again. Interesting. Oh, right, I gotta make sure my biodiversity is actually happening. The Huntress is also attacking the Sage. So the Poet is attacking the Huntress is attacking the Sage. And neither of them have declared their love for a giant. So I guess I'm inclined to let the attacks happen. What does it take to lay down a Fennec? 5? Whose bright idea was that? Alright, so we're going to need another critter over here. And I guess it's going to be about time to work with these. Then we got to put one more thing down in this biome. We should probably put it down in a place where she benefits from it. We don't have access to another gem. We have gems over here. Well, gem singular. Alright, we probably want to be placing animals. So, what animals count as barren? We got the sand grouse, we got the sand cat, which I think we definitely do want to play. But the whole reason I came over here was so that I could put stuff down to generate biodiversity, and the sand cat there doesn't actually generate any biodiversity. Yeah, it's just pretty not ideal. I guess we can put down some sagebrush over here. Just for biodiversity. Both people failed their raids in very embarrassing fashion. This will let me make a Fennec. Okay. That's a lot of resources that he doesn't even need. But I just wanted to have them. Alright, we gotta put one more fur biotica down. Somewhere. If there are at least 5 distinct animal biotica in this biome, he produces additional value. Are there? Yeah, actually, we have 3 right here. Should be really easy to do. So, you need to be adjacent to one more mineral. Yeah. Alright, let's put this fox down over here. And then we can spend the rest of our eon fixing up Hunter's Town. And Le Chateau is kind of just not doing anything. It's fine. Sometimes that happens with these castles. As long as we're completing some of our buildings, I'm pretty happy. All right, so we need distinct animals. Those sand cats ever get laid? No. No, they were never put down anywhere. Once again, animal that does not care about its immediate surroundings is a pretty big deal for us. Makes things a lot easier. And then we need to do some animal stuff over here. The stoat will do a good job. We'll do a good job in that space. And then we need one more animal. Got to get the hunters to 18 wealth over the course of this as well, which is the more challenging thing. She also still needs food. Or she also still needs population, so like spending some animals to generate population is not unreasonable. Over here, we don't have a lot of great options for it. We can place a rabbit. Oof, we are not close to 18. A marula would do some pretty wild stuff here. Yeah, we could really use a marula. And then yeah, more animal production for the desert. All right, let me put down something that generates food. We can get 15. We can get 20 food out of the space. And then once they've done that, we can upgrade the space. Replay the stoat. Must you? Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good... All right. That's a pretty good yield. And then we can just play... I guess we can play a squirrel here instead. She was already good on wealth, right? This is only going to get her to 18, but it's a start. And we'll reconfigure for wealth in a minute once we get her project finished. I would love to do this before she freaks out and starts burning giants down or whatever, you know? So we can put down a grouse who will count as 30 food. It's not biodiversity, but it is It is a healthy chunk of food for a single tile. Oh, she went over, actually. What did she suddenly go over from? Sage attacks the poet. I can't imagine that's going to work, buddy. Yeah, we may as well go over and stop it because the military forces can't work out in that direction, right? No. So we may as well go over and stop it because it's not going to generate resources anyway. So let's have ourselves a good old-fashioned wildfire. I like what they're going for with the art there. It doesn't necessarily quite work. Okay, so we have 22 Eon to get this city to 18 wealth, and we are allowed to like rewrite things a little bit here. We would love to do it while laying down an additional animal. And then playing gems is good also. After that, do I have... I guess I do have this that I could put down. I'm wondering if what we should do is just place something here, something that generates as much gold as possible. So probably just a quartz. Or no, you know what? A sand cat is more valuable for sure. We don't quite have the biodiversity to play an ostrich. But we could get there. You know what? Let me do this. Ostriches themselves don't have Baron. Okay. If I put this down here, it's going to generate 2 points of biodiversity. I'm going to use them to play an ostrich here, which will generate a fair amount of food and gold. And then, like, I think a sandcat here still works. And then we are for sure upgrading over these. Poet's trying to steal from the Huntress. The Huntress loves the Savannah Giant. And the Poet's military is insufficient. So, once again, the Savannah Giant's going to set them all on fire. Are we at 218 prosperity? Jeez. That's pretty wild. Okay. You guys, you're embarrassing yourselves. Watch out, little critters. Okay. So we have to lay down one more animal that we don't have a copy of yet. A distinct animal. But also we just need to generate money. And quite a bit of it. The Sunstone wants to be adjacent to a set of plant and animal. And gets exactly what it's looking for in this slot. I kind of wish the mineral booster was down there. But it is a lot of value. Okay, and then we just need to place one more animal. And we can overwrite some stuff and like fix some things later, right? It would be a foolish thing to reset the Marula. You like being near the mineral. But like this could become an animal temporarily and it doesn't really break things. It just lowers our food for a second. So if we want to put down an animal that we haven't used yet, which is to say the bearded dragon, kind of just for the hell of it, I think, because like it's going to produce an extra 50. Yeah, I think this might be good enough, actually. And it's a relatively cheap thing to do Eon-wise. And the Huntress does have a large enough military to push us into the final war era. All right, this is not going to get us to 18, but it's going to do some work. How am I going to generate what we still need? You're disinterested in expansion, and I need 34 science, or 34 gold. We're certainly not getting it done with a predator. A decent gem. Yeah, a decent gem does it, right? So you would lose 5 gold, but I would gain 20 plus 10 plus 50 from Fort Fantastic. So I think that's getting pulled up next round, but for right now, I think that's gonna do it. Alright, yeah, blows us through the end of the era. And I guess we can start working on Capital of Poetry here. So all we gotta do is put down a mineral. I would really like this to be that bird. But we don't want to replace the fox until after the round is over. It would be also good to play like a construction bioticum somewhere. Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. Also, as far as just getting our Capital Poetry finished, let's play this. It does get us bonus payout from the Badlands as well on the Spotted Hyena. It's like an okay way to to spend the last eon of our age. It's not going to get us anywhere near the 28 prosperity that we need to finish this this task, but it's pretty good. All right, let that count down, and then we did not do a ton of work on Le Chateau. Sage is the only person whose challenge we really built into. Is he suggesting that he got a steak of that size from guinea pigs? Y'all should probably react a little faster to the rock. Can you not see those rocks? Yeah, so despite the Poet's Castle not necessarily producing the most resources, he did have just a lot of overall value. And that allows us, with our very high military strength, to enter the nuclear war. The strongest cities are likely to start an arms race. With more threat, they can gain more technology. So in the end, we must have 600 overall prosperity and 250 military strength, and we're gonna have to get there. I mean, the steps 1 and 2 seem pretty easy. Honestly, 250 total military strength is gonna be the challenge with 2 pacifist nations. It's gonna be a little bit harder, but we might be able to get there. It really depends on the threat on our drafts, I think. So, what kind of crazy building did we get to support the war? The answer is nothing. Usually they give you a big building. Sometimes it doesn't happen until you complete the first part of the quest, though. So it might be the case that once we get to 35 prosperity and 50 military somewhere, we'll suddenly develop a new building. So you have 26, you have 5, and you have 10. Yeah, it'll probably be the poet who gets pushed to kick things off. None of you are super close to 50. All right, you know what? It's not a big deal. We'll figure it out. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This one's going to be grim. We're gonna do an awful lot of work building up everybody's prosperity and population and stuff, and then some things are going to happen to it. So that's going to be it for us for today. Like I said, when you come back next time, I guess we'll see exactly what those things are. The game's going to steer out of the darkest parts, right? Because it's just not in tone with the thing, but I don't know. It still might get pretty dark. Come back to see if it does, I suppose. And we'll see you then.